Angela, I called your university to ask for them to withdraw your acceptance to the school. After you graduate from high school, you are tasked with finding a job. You asked them to do what? Why did you let me go to great lengths to pass the exam only for you to take it away from me in the end? You said you would let me go to college if I passed the exam for Princeton. I didn't think you'd be able to pass the exam. That's why I suggested a high-level place like Princeton, so that way you'd lose interest in trying for college. I honestly have no intention of letting you go to college, so I had them withdraw your acceptance. You liar! Why would you let me go through all of this if you had no intention of letting me go in the first place? Who's going to support the finances of this family? Just when I thought that I could finally relax a bit since you'd be helping out, you selfishly decided to apply to college. Are you trying to run away from me? You are an important asset to supporting the family. This is a household of a single mother since your father passed away from a car accident. I can't pay for your tuition on my own when I could barely even make enough to support us through these years. That's why I've been working part-time as much as I can while going to school. I chose to live my entire high school life making sure not to cost us as much money as much as possible. I'm going to borrow a scholarship at university or just go through student loans. I'm not trying to burden you. Shut up! Why are you so insistent on going? All you're gonna do there is drink and play around. I won't allow you to have fun. If I have to suffer, then so do you. I didn't even want to work in the first place, which is why I got married to your father, who ran a small company. And yet, next thing I know, I've gone from being a full-time housewife to living a poor life working to support me and my 2 daughters. I don't want to work anymore. I've been working hard on my own all my life as a single mother. It's time for me to live freely. So, regardless of whether it's fair or not, you don't have time to go to college. After graduating from high school, start working right away and support your sister and me. What? That isn't fair. Katie is still a junior high school student. She still needs a lot of money for her tuition. I want to let her go to my favorite high school and college, and for that to happen, you have to do your best. You'll be paying for all her school tuition. What? Hold on. Katie is allowed to go to any high school and university of her choice, but I was told that I could only go to a public high school, and even though I passed the exam for Princeton, university was canceled. That's because Katie is cute. Unlike you, she's special. Worth putting in the effort and money. Well, your money, at least. Unlike me? What are you trying to say? You look just like your father, so much it's rather annoying. When he was alive, I loved him because of the money he had, but now it's all gone. I hate your father who died and left me, and I hate the daughter who looks like him as well. That's why you hated me? I knew that you treated only me like this, but I never thought that was the reason. That's completely unreasonable. I can't help that I was born with his likeness. Compared to you, Katie looked just like me when I was her age. She's such an angel. A cute child like her should be able to marry a rich man and live happily. So, for that to happen, she needs a chance to get to meet and know these rich people. Which is where you come in. She needs to go to the best high school and the best college, which you will be paying for. I have to pay for all that? I want to go to college too. I want a successful life too. But now I have to let go of those dreams and put up with working so that my little sister can have a better life, all because you don't want to work? Katie is your cute little sister, right? A big sister should try their hardest to support their younger sister. So with that being said, stop talking and hurry up and find a job. Stop moping over your false hope. College isn't something you deserve to go to. It wasn't false for me. You told me that you won't accept any less than Princeton, so I tried my hardest to get in. I studied for ages for this moment, only for you to completely disregard it? This is all way too cruel. The cruel one is you. You don't care about your parents' feelings at all. Normally, people don't tell their parents that they're going to pursue college. They tell their parents that they would like to work to help them out. And yet here you are being ungrateful and not wanting to return the favor of me taking care of you. Go look for a job, you ungrateful child. Hey sis, did you see the picture? That high-brand bag looks amazing, doesn't it? I bought it using the bonus I got during the summer. Of course I saw it. It's amazing that you could afford to buy such expensive items. That's because, unlike you, I'm a highly educated college graduate. Are you jealous? A high school graduate like you wouldn't be able to afford something like this, right? Why would you say something like that to me? High school graduates barely get paid to survive, right? I heard from Mom, but apparently you only make an average of $30K a year? You've been working since you graduated high school, and yet you can only make that much money? I pity people with low educational backgrounds. Any effort you put in won't help if you don't at least graduate from college like I did. You've really got some nerve to say those kinds of things to me, Katie. Why don't you just hurry up and find someone to marry? A high school graduate barely making ends meet and completely single? I would rather die than be known as that. If you don't hurry up and marry someone while you're still young, then nobody is going to want you at all. Thanks for your concern, but I'm about to get married to the person I was dating soon. So no need to worry about my future. What did you say? I said that I'm getting married soon. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity to move out of the house as well. You graduated college and are now working to a point where you can look after yourself, plus Mom still works part-time. So even if I'm not here, you guys can somehow manage to live on your own, right? I didn't know that you had a boyfriend, sis, but I bet he's as much of a low-level human as you are. I mean, who else would want to get married to someone who only graduated high school? Not really. Unlike me, he managed to go into college and graduate. We were classmates in high school and were supposed to go to the same college, but I was the only one who wasn't able to go to college, so we became estranged. Luckily for me, we managed to meet again as adults and then started dating again. Went to the same university as you were supposed to? Does that mean he graduated from Princeton? Yeah, he and I were the only ones who got accepted. I wanted to enjoy my college life with him. What does he do now? If he graduated from somewhere like that, then he must be working for a nice company, like a foreign-affiliated financial company. He's just an ordinary doctor. His parents own a hospital, and he's eventually going to be the owner of that hospital as well. Is he that successful? Why would a person like that get married to a high school graduate like you? It's unfair for a high school graduate to get something this good. Educational background doesn't matter in marriage. And it shouldn't matter who I decide to marry. Anyway, I'll be moving out soon and won't be visiting the house very much after I get married, so please take care of Mom. Angela, give up on your marriage with your fiancé and give him to your sister instead. He is way too out of your league and you don't deserve him. He is better matched off with your sister. Mom, what kind of joke are you trying to pull here? I'm being serious. I'm sure your fiancé would like to marry a more attractive girl. Your sister is pretty and has a better educational background than you do. She's perfect for him. You should want your sister to be happy. You don't want me to be happy? I gave up on going to college to pay for her tuition fee, and next you want me to give up on my fiancé? Why would I have to go through all this just because I'm the older sibling? Shut up! A daughter should listen to what her mother says. I won't let you forget how I raised you. I also don't like how you plan to move out the moment you are set to get married. You need to keep working to take care of me. I've just quit my part-time job, but if you leave, then that was all for nothing. What do you mean you quit your job? Your sister finally graduated college and is now working. Until now, we've managed to do well with my part-time job and you working full-time, but I think it's about time that I get to be free. I figured that now was the perfect time to quit and live my life in peace. I'm thinking of living off of your salary, but you've decided to get married. You'll continue to work for your family. That's the eldest daughter's role. I won't let you off that easily. What do you think of me? I'm used to you treating me like trash because you think that Katie is prettier, but now you want to take away my happiness? I only really think of you as an ATM. I gave birth to you, and now you have to live your life working for my happiness. Oh, but if your fiancé marries your sister, then I guess we wouldn't need you anymore. Rather, you would just be a hindrance, so if you could leave the house, that'd be great. Treating me like an ATM and telling me to leave when you're done with me, it's too much. Shut up! You mean absolutely nothing to me. Introduce your fiancé to your little sister and don't show up in front of me again. Fine. Understood. You're no longer needed here. Now then, we need to get Katie to get married to him soon. I wonder how much money I could request out of him. You didn't let me finish. I will only comply with the part where you told me to no longer show my face to you ever again. I won't be handing my fiancé over to Katie. Why should I? What did you say to me? I'm done with you. I won't be showing my face to you ever again. Once I get married to him, I will be cutting all ties with you guys. Don't interfere with my life ever again. What's wrong with you? You have some nerve yelling like that. You are going to go against your mother's orders. Hand him over to her. You guys aren't a good match. A low-income person like you who gets married to a doctor would only end up getting divorced.
You might be right. Angela is such a hard-working person unlike me. One day she might get tired of me and just want to end things.
Huh? Who are you?
Nice to meet you, Angela's mother. I'm the man she's going to marry, Harry.
You're the doctor she's going to marry?
Sorry that this is how we first encounter each other. Angela mentioned that there's no reason for us to ever meet.
Oh my, sorry for my rude daughter. Compared to her, her little sister Katie is a very hard-working girl. She should be a good match for someone of your class, Harry. She's cute, went to college, and above all, young. If you ever meet her, I'm sure you'd be interested in her. Forget about Angela and meet with her instead.
I've met her before. My friends and I were so appalled by her rude behavior.
What are you talking about? She's so cute, and I'm proud of her.
I was forced to participate in a speed dating event, and I did tell Angela about this. I had Katie as my partner. She was certainly cute and young. She was very popular with the male members in the early stages. But the marriage appeal was just too much, and the men quickly distanced themselves from her.
What's wrong with that? That's where you go to find a future marriage partner, right?
Slight marriage talk is fine, but her demands of what her life should be were, way too much. She wants to live in a luxury apartment, wants to ride in this luxury car, and wants at least $10,000 a month for an allowance? You talk about your desire to get married like that, it's only natural for men to lose interest. I may have been a little mean in response to that. I had asked her in exchange for fulfilling all those wants, what can you do for your husband? I asked her if she'd be good at being a perfect housewife, but her answer was horrible.
Horrible answer? What could she have possibly said?
She claimed that she didn't want to do such troublesome things, so that it would be good to have 2 children and let the older one do everything. Not surprising that after all that, all the men and women distanced themselves from her. Your daughter, however, didn't notice the change and was curious why everyone was acting differently and claimed that her household was like that.
Oh my, how strange for her to say such things. I don't know what to say. I'm not a mother who forces everything on Angela.
You do, though. By the time she was 12, you forced most of the housework onto her. She used to complain to me a lot when we studied together. She had a part-time job and was in charge of all the housework at home. So if I don't sacrifice my sleep, I won't be able to find time to study.
Well, you see, that's because...
After we get married, I want you guys to see her again. I want her to end her life by sacrificing herself for others. I want her to have fun. So with that in mind, starting today, she'll be cutting off all ties with you guys. Please contact me if you want anything you would like to talk to her about.
Help me, sis. Mom keeps saying all these weird things. She said that I have to send her $10,000 a month. You can do that, right? You graduated from college and got into a good company, so you can afford it since you managed to buy a high-brand bag. Sure, I work at a better company than you do, but I still get paid a minimum amount as well. Sending Mom money when I already have to pay my rent and other bills will barely leave me with anything left. Oh, really? A high school graduate like you wouldn't understand. Just because I graduated college doesn't mean I get paid super well. You say that, but you do have a tendency to show off not only your designer bags, but earrings and other expensive items as well. I sacrificed my groceries to buy those. I would just go to speed dating events and have the men buy dinner, and I would just spend the money I would use to buy food for those brand items. That is a bit of an extreme way to go about things, Katie. But these days, for some reason, all the men I eat with keep leaving. Even when I ask for a present, they won't buy any at all, so I can't send money to Mom. Help us out, sis. I don't need to do anything. I'm married now, and I've already decided not to go back home. You're married already? You're in charge of taking care of Mom now. She was cold to me, but in return, she was very kind to you, so think of it as a way to repay her kindness and support her. What? I can't do that. Please, sis, don't leave me. Katie kept ignoring her mother's demand to send money, and her mother, who had reached her limit of her patience, rushed into her workplace, yelling about how she raised her and yet she can't even take care of her mother. She eventually got dragged away by security. However, Katie couldn't handle the embarrassment she faced at her workplace, so she resigned. She eventually moved back in with Mom and tried to sell off her brand items. However, it was discovered that they were all counterfeits. I heard that the two of them were so shocked to hear that they wouldn't be given any money for those items that they passed out on the spot.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Abigail, listen to this. I've become pregnant!
Congratulations, Nora. So when are you expecting to have the baby?
Fall this year is what the doctor was saying. So around that time, I'm thinking of coming back home to Mom and Dad's house to have the baby.
Now that you mention it, your husband tends to go on a lot of business trips, right? I'm sure being back home with the family will make both you and your husband a lot more comfortable when you're close to having the baby.
That's what we were thinking. So, for the sake of having me back home, would you mind leaving the house and making room for me? I would really like to be back at the parents' house without being all too stressed about anything.
What?
You happen to work at the hospital right now, correct?
That's right, but not as a nurse or anything. I just work in the office and at the front desk.
But as someone who is working at the front desk a lot of the time, you see the most sick people, right? You have to be in contact with all those sick and unhealthy people every single day, right? I wouldn't want to come back to a house where some dirty person who works with all those sick people is living.
Dirty person?
That's right. You seem like a really dirty person to me. Your whole body is probably covered in all kinds of germs, right?
My whole body?
This will be my first time having a baby, so I'm a bit worried about all those germs you have. And ever since I was a little girl, I've always been able to get sick really easily. So I really don't want to be around those that don't take care of themselves well enough. If there were ever to be something bad that happened to myself or my baby because of you, would you really be able to take responsibility for all of that? I'm sure you wouldn't want that on your shoulders, right?
I happen to work in the offices primarily, so I don't see all too many of sick patients. And on the off chance I did come into contact with something bad, I make sure to clean my hands and face very thoroughly every day. There's also never been a moment where I've come home and gotten others sick due to a virus from work. So asking me to leave the house because I work in the hospital is a bit...
Huh? I'm not asking for your opinion on this. I'm just worried about having you in the house in general, and that gets me stressed out. If the pregnant woman is asking you to get out of the house, then your only choice is to leave.
Come on now, Nora.
You have been living with my parents this whole time, right? I'm sure that means you've been able to save up loads of money, considering you don't have to pay to stay with them. So you can use that money to get yourself a place and be out of their house. Now get to it and start gathering your things in order to get out before I arrive.
Excuse me, Hazel. I have something to ask you about Nora. You heard about how she's pregnant now, right?
Ah, this is perfect timing, Abigail. I was just on the phone with Nora a second ago, talking with her about how she's wanting to come back to the house. I was just wondering if you'd be on board with something like this. I'm sorry to ask you this, but would it be all right if she came home and had her baby here?
I don't mind something like that at all. This happens to be her parents' house after all, so she has a right to come back here. But before she comes back here, is it really okay for me to leave this house? I'm thinking that before she comes back here to have her baby, it would be best if I stopped living with you.
What? Why would you say something like that all of a sudden?
Actually, it seems that Nora is a bit upset about the kind of work that I do. I was just texting her a little bit ago about all of this. She seems to think that because I work for the hospital, I'm covered in all sorts of germs, and that's not making her feel safe. Because of that, she asked that I leave the house so that she could come home and not be worried.
Excuse me?
As of right now, I'd like to do as she's asked, considering she's the pregnant one here. So I'm just gonna stay quiet and leave this house for good, if that's all right with you.
You can't do something as sad as that. There's no reason for you to leave the house.
But in all honesty, the plan was only for me to stay here with you this year, right? The only reason I was requested to come and live with you is because your husband had that bad fall and you needed help around the house while he was being cared for. So we agreed that I'd stay for a year or until things started to settle down for you.
That's true.
And well, your husband ended up recovering a lot faster than we were expecting, right? He's doing so well that he no longer needs to go to the hospital or be cared for. I feel as though you both don't really need my help anymore, so this would be a perfect opportunity for my husband and I to leave now.
I understand all of that, but I don't want you guys to leave. We'd be lonely without you here. Of course, you helped us out quite a lot while living in our house with us, but I found that you were very fun and relaxing to have living here.
And this was all fun for me as well. Deep down, I was really hoping to continue living with you guys forever in this house.
What? Oh, is that so?
But as of right now, Nora's the one who needs to be taken care of the most.
I get that, but you don't have to leave the house just because she's asking you to. Who cares that she's asking you to leave because you work at the hospital? I mean, if you've enjoyed living in our house as well, then there's really no reason you should have to leave. We have plenty of rooms in this house, so please stay with us some more. I want both you and our son to continue living here, please.
What? Are you sure that that's all right with you?
Of course. I'll talk with Nora about all of this. I'm sure she's just a bit too nervous at the moment since it's her first time being pregnant. So as long as all of this is fine with you, then you are more than welcome to keep living in our house.
Thank you so much, Hazel.
You've done a great job of making my mom join your team. I had to hear from my mom that she doesn't want you and my brother out of the house. What the hell do you have against me, Abigail? I guess I can't trust you anymore, can I?
What?
I'm sure you told my mom to say no to kicking you out of the house, right? Perhaps you bribed her in some way? I never thought that a woman in your position would do something so crazy.
Wait a second, please. What is going on right now?
Huh?
I'm sure you're upset right now because I'm not having to leave your parents' house, right? I already tried telling your mom about how we'd be leaving the house and the reasons for that. But she was the one that told us to stay. I never bribed her or anything like that to let us stay at the house any longer.
Then you must have been screaming and crying for her to say no to what I was asking until she finally gave in. Damn, I really hate myself for this. I never thought you'd turn out to be such a thorn in my back, Abigail. Although for the longest time now, I knew there was something off about you. The moment my dad needed help at home, both you and my brother barged into their house and set up camp there. I'm sure you're both there so that you can get all their money in the house from them when they pass away, right? I guess my hunch was right then, and there really has been something off about you.
Would you stop saying such crazy things like that about us? You also happen to be at fault for my husband and I having to come back to live with your mom and dad. So what makes you think you have the right to say things like that to me?
Huh? I'm also at fault for that?
When your dad had that bad fall and needed more people to come take care of him, you just kept on making excuses so that you never had to move back in with your parents or help your dad out. And then you just stopped talking to your mom and dad completely for a few months. That's why your brother and I ended up having to move back here and help take care of your mom and dad. Yet now you're going to start making the claim that we're only here for your parents' money? That's very screwed up of you, Nora.
I never ran away from them. At the time, I really did have a lot going on. I was thinking the moment things calmed down for me, I'd go see my mom and dad and help out.
But it's almost been 2 years now, and there's not been a single day where you've come to help us out. You've been that busy?
That's right, I have been that busy. I've been home taking care of my husband, who is always having to travel for work. But I never once thought that my dad would get better sooner than I would be able to get some free time. I had wanted to help him out so badly. I am happy he's doing better again, but I also feel a little left out.
The only reason he got better so soon is because your mom and I did so well supporting and caring for him.
Huh? Caring for him? All you did was go over to their house to live there. I'm sure the only caring you ever did there was when my mom yelled at you to get off your butt and help out.
What did you say?
Well, I'm sorry to say, but you're not allowed to sit around at my parents' house any longer. Starting now, I'm coming back to live with them before I give birth to my first baby. And then once I have my baby, it will be their first grandchild, and they'll never bother with you or my brother ever again. That will be the end of you trying to usurp the throne and take all my parents' money.
Huh?
There's no reason you should be able to live with your in-laws any longer. I honestly thought that the moment my dad got better and no longer needed any help, my mom would have kicked you out of there. Yet for some reason, you've become good friends with my mom. I was starting to get worried that you'd be able to live there with my parents forever. But as you'll see, I'll get my way and be able to live in that house with them because both my parents would rather have their actual daughter living with them. Especially when she's so cute and is about to give them a grandbaby. I'm just going to have to remind them of who I am compared to you is all.
Wait a second. Are you trying to tell me the real reason you're coming home to live with your parents is because you've been afraid of me living with your parents for the rest of their lives?
I'm not just afraid of you living with them forever, but you getting a hold of their money after they pass away. I'm sure you thought that by going to them while my dad was in trouble, they would feel indebted to you and would later give you their money, right? Well, I'm not going to allow that to happen. After having my cute little baby around them, they will notice who really deserves to inherit all their things. They will want to give all their money and everything to me after I show them a beautiful little grandchild.
Your brother and I have never cared about what we've been inheriting from your parents. We just moved in with your parents because your mom needed help taking care of your dad.
Well, they don't need your help anymore, so you should be fine leaving their house for good, right? However, you are continuing to use my mom against me by having her say no to kicking you both out, and that's pissing me off. You are just continuing to ignore what I tell you, even though I'm the one carrying a baby. Also that you can keep living with my parents and get everything from them. This is all because you want their money, their house, and everything else they'll leave in the will.
Why do you think that's the case?
Well, you guys are doing everything in order to stay in their house, and that's because all you can think about is my parents' money, right? However, I'm not letting you guys get anything from them. Not only will I be completely stressed out by having some dirty, germ-ridden woman living in the same house as me, but I'll be scared of whatever else you might end up doing to me. I want the money-stealing, parasitic, house-squatting witch to get out of that house right now. Then we'll be leaving this house as well. What? I never thought that the goal for you coming home to us pregnant would be that. You think that by showing us a cute little grandchild we'll give you all our money after we pass away? Who the hell would want to take care of some selfish little baby of a daughter like that while she gives birth to a child? If you really want to be in our house that badly before you give birth, then go right ahead and live there all by yourself. But while you're around, your father and I are going to leave the place and find somewhere else to stay. Your father and I? What? Is that really you, Mom? Why are you talking to me all of a sudden? That's because I'm here with my precious little Abigail right now. And as I've been here with her, she's looked so upset as she looked at her phone, typing away on it. I was worried about what was going on there, so I ran over and had a look for myself at what she was reading. What? And lo and behold, I had to see my daughter trying to kick my daughter-in-law out of my house once again. I've had enough of that rude behavior you love to cling on to. If that's how you're going to act at that age, then your father and I are leaving this house with Abigail as well. Enjoy supporting yourself in this empty house just before giving birth. Huh? I would never come back to your guys' house to be cared for if neither of you are going to even be there. You and Dad have to be there to care for this baby and I. Is that right? We have to care for our daughter, who never bothered to come back home and care for her father while he was injured? You can't help but run away from caring for others, but the moment you need help, you expect everyone to just stick around? We really messed up when we raised such a self-centered daughter, didn't we? About that. For a while now, your father and I have been suspicious of you, Nora. The moment you graduated high school, you just left the house without telling anyone. And when it came time for you to get married, you didn't tell any of your family and just went ahead and handed in the paperwork. When you suddenly came out of nowhere after all these years of avoiding us and asked to come home to have your baby, we knew something was up. And guess what? The only reason you want to come home and have us care for you while you're pregnant is so that you can get closer to our money. Your father and I are disheartened by that. Disinherited about what? Why would you feel that way about me? The only reason I brought up your guys' money was as a joke, all right? It was a way of trying to mess with Abigail a little bit, perhaps. So would you stop worrying about that? Just look forward to me coming home and caring for me. I'm sure both you and Dad want to see your daughter and the grandchild she'll be giving you both, right? Nope, not at all. We don't ever want to meet either of you, nor even see you. We don't care anymore about some witch who thinks she can kick out two very important people in our family like you were doing. Huh? Abigail isn't a part of our family. She's just some stranger that your no-good son brought in. Why are you on her side still calling her important? Nora, the only stranger right now would be you. You got married to another man and took his name, giving up the place you once had here. What? Asking our daughter-in-law to leave our house when you're not even our daughter anymore is a bit ridiculous. Remember back when you got married? You told your father and I that you were with his family and would no longer need anything from us again, right? So please go and ask his parents to take care of you as you have that baby. That's... And when it comes to Abigail, she chose to be a part of our family here, so she is the most important person to us right now. She might not be related to us by blood, but she's married to our son, making her our daughter. We feel it's like we traded one daughter for another back when she married your brother. That's the reason why I love having her live here with us and will do anything for her. We've both done very well living in this house together, and she never seems to be upset by anything we do. But then there's you, who seems to think they can just barge back into our house after being away for so long and kick out our precious little girl. What is this? Why are you upset at me? I may have gotten married, but I'm still your guys' daughter. Well, we don't want a daughter that calls another part of the family parasites and tells them to leave. I want you to become well aware of just how much of an idiot you are after today. Abigail, I am so sorry about what happened with Nora yesterday.
Don't be sorry for that. Seeing you get that upset with her was more than enough. Also, hearing her talk about how much you think of me as your true daughter made me so happy. But what are we going to do from here on out? I really feel like it would be best if we stopped living with the both of you.
Well, about that, Abigail, you really don't have to leave the house. My husband and I will be the ones leaving instead.
What?
Oh, but that will only be for a little bit. You'll see. I talked with him about what to do after we had to tell Nora goodbye. And, well, we'd both love to get away for a bit to somewhere nice and warm. So we're thinking of getting a place down in Florida.
Florida?
My husband was talking to his work about how he'd like to retire soon. And after an hour of talking, they settled on him retiring next year with a pretty decent package. So, since we'll be getting a few more months before the official retirement date, we were thinking we'd take things easy. You know, get a breather or two in before the next big move. And, well, that led to us thinking a trip in Florida at a condo would be really nice.
That sounds like a wonderful plan. You both have done a lot in your life, and I feel like you deserve a couple months down there taking things slowly. I think you both made the perfect choice right here.
We had actually been thinking about this for a little bit now. With Nora trying to force her way back into the family, we thought it might be better to just move away for those few months to Florida so that we could avoid her.
I see.
But now that it seems she won't be a problem for us anymore, you can go ahead and enjoy our house while we have fun in the warm sun. This will also give you and our son some time to think about what the both of you want to do next.
Are you talking about us choosing whether or not we want to continue living with you both or getting our own place again?
That's right. If you'd like to stop living here in our house, then you'll have to prepare quite a few things in order to move out, right? You'll have to find a new home and get ready to pack all your things up. I think all that would go a lot more smoothly if my husband and I were out of the house for a while.
Thank you so much for thinking about the both of us as well, but the both of us would love to continue living with you guys. So you really don't need to worry about us any longer and can go enjoy the next few months you have in Florida.
What? So you both really want to continue living with us?
Of course we do. If anything, I should be the one asking you to continue letting us live in your house, right?
Well, you don't have to ask me for that. I'm so happy to hear that from you. We'll be able to continue on with the life we've all been living here.
We'll be waiting for you two to come back home while you're out of the state. Now please enjoy that condo you both get, and take all the time you need to unwind.
What is going on here? Did my mom and dad really leave their house?
What?
I was thinking now was the time to forcefully get myself into that house and have them care for me and the baby. Yet after opening up the door, it really looks like they both got up and left this house for good. Hey, do you have any idea where they ran off to?
Your mom and dad are in Florida right now. To get away from you while you're going completely insane, they left town and went to spend some time on a condo there.
Huh? They're in Florida?
Your brother and I have also taken a few days off to come here with them, although we'll be coming back soon and getting back to work. Your parents, however, will be here for the next few months, taking it easy and avoiding you.
You guys are with them right now, then?
After they got here and found their condo, they invited us to come down as well. It's been a while since we've all gotten to spend time on vacation, so my husband and I packed our things and took off the next day. They're even paying for a whole trip here as a thank you for always being around them.
So you're all in Florida right now? I came all the way to this house to have my baby, though.
Well, thank God we left yesterday to make it here. Had we run into you before we were able to get to Florida, things would have been a lot more difficult for us.
What the hell? You come back here right now and take care of me. I don't even care about my mom and dad anymore. I want you here doing everything for me.
There's no way I can make it back there right now, and honestly, I don't want to. I'd rather not take care of someone who's sick like you are.
Shut the hell up. You really think you can turn away your sister-in-law like that? I will not let you talk to me like that again. Then what about your own mother telling you to F off? What? My cute little daughter is not going home for you, and she most definitely will not be caring for your lazy butt. You really are such a failed child. I guess you didn't learn a damn thing since the last time we talked. Why are you here again? Why are you always on her side? I told you already that everything about your money was all a joke. I just wanted to come home to you guys and have my baby. I just wanted for you and Dad to take good care of me and the baby once it's born. No matter what you try and say to me now, all I hear is you whining about how you want your parents' money and labor. But luckily, your father and I have made our choice. We will never be going back to do anything for you ever again. No way! Now, we have a boat to ride. I would really like that you stopped getting in the way of my family's fun trip here in Florida.
I heard that after Hazel told Nora to F off, she ended up leaving her parents' house and going back to her own house. When she made it back there, her husband then recommended that she go stay with his parents instead. Then he wouldn't have to worry about her and could continue with his business trips. After that, he then took her with him back to his parents' house to drop her off before going back home. Nora never said anything against going to have the baby at his parents' house, and so she stayed there all the way up until after she gave birth. As for Hazel and her husband, they ended up sending a letter to Nora's husband's parents saying that they were thankful for taking on Nora like that. They also sent a box of treats from Florida as a way of showing just how thankful they really were. I'm not sure how Nora will take seeing her parents send her husband's parents a whole thing of snacks as thanks for taking care of her, but I'm sure someday we'll hear about the reaction. When it comes to my husband and myself, just a week after arriving down in Florida to spend time with his parents, we headed back home so that we could get back to work. At first, we were a bit worried to find out if Nora had left the house in a state of chaos after she went in there looking for her parents, but it was actually left pretty clean. That was unexpected for the both of us, considering Nora has always acted like a selfish child. But I suppose that final blow from Hazel really shut her down. Let's just hope that by the time Hazel and her husband are back there, Nora doesn't do anything else to us. Although that probably won't ever happen again since Nora's in-laws have her in their hands now.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Mom, where are you right now? You have the day off from your part-time job today, right? When I came home from school today, you weren't home, and it's getting late now, and I still haven't heard anything from you. Did you have to go to the grocery store or something and got sidetracked?
Oh, so you're already home from school now, huh? Welcome home, Anna.
Where are you, Mom? Are you at the store now? Or did you end up having to work today after all? I made something small for myself to eat tonight since you weren't home. But if you plan on making something soon for me, I'll hold off from eating. What time are you thinking you'll be home?
You really are such a self-reliant kid, aren't you? I can tell that even without me there, you'll be able to handle yourself.
What?
I'm sorry, Anna. I know it's wrong for me to do this out of nowhere, but starting now, your mom is moving out to start her new life with the person she was destined for.
The person you were destined for, huh? And starting now you're moving out? What are you talking about, Mom? You're going to be coming home tonight, right?
From now on, your mom will be living in a separate house from you. I had tried asking him many times now if he'd take a kid, but he really just does not want you around. Not even a single compromise could be made for you to come along. That's why from now on, you'll be living by yourself there.
Huh?
But you will be capable of that, right? You're in your final year of high school, and you have stayed at home all the time by yourself while cooking and cleaning up. Also, you're not even planning on going to college next, but just getting out there to find a job, right? So once you have that job, I like to think it's the perfect time for you to live on your own. By having me leave you now, you'll be ready for the day to come.
What are you talking about, Mom? This is insane! First of all, you were the one who told me not to go to college because we didn't have the money for it. That's why I'll have to go out and find a job once I've graduated. And what the heck do you think you're doing leaving your daughter like this, who is still in high school, to go and be with another man? This is all way too crazy for even me to understand right now.
Oh.
Where is that man of yours even living right now? I want to go and see him right now, so tell me his address. If you both want to live together that badly, then at least let me live with you both until I've graduated high school. Or better yet, how about you stay home with me for the rest of the year, and once I've graduated, you can run off with him.
We aren't able to wait for that day to come, so I'm not telling you where he lives.
Are you serious?
One other thing for you. I'm taking all of your dad's savings with me. I need it in order to fund this new life I'll have with my boyfriend.
Are you kidding me? You're taking it all? What? You really did. I just looked in the banking app and all the money from his account is gone. And you took his checkbook off the desk as well. All of his papers and everything are gone.
I'm going to make sure all of that money goes to a very important cause.
Would you stop screwing around, Mom? Do you have any frickin' idea what you're doing right now? You're just leaving your daughter here while you take all of Dad's savings and run off with another man? Is that really something a mom does?
Before I was a mom, I was a single woman. Your dad became sick one day, and soon after, he kicked the can. And he left us all of that life insurance money as well as everything in his savings. As a mom, I worked my butt off so much that I think I deserve all of that money as a reward. So that's why I'm taking it all and going to live my previous, more exciting life as a single woman again.
I was never against you having a boyfriend or anything like that, though, Mom. I was completely fine with you going on dates with the man and even said it would be all right to marry him if you wanted to. I even allowed you guys to plan out that vacation during the time of my graduation ceremony this year, meaning you wouldn't even be coming to see me move on in life. Not once was I ever saying that you couldn't live that life, yet this is how you're going to repay me for all of that?
Well then, how about this time you allow me to leave the house and move in with my boyfriend, alright? You have always been such a loving and caring daughter, Anna.
No frickin' way.
You have already been working a part-time job after school every day, right? So you shouldn't have a problem with money at the moment. Now my boyfriend is waiting for me, so I really have to go. We're going out for drinks tonight from his house, and he's told me to come with him in my best dress. Let's both enjoy our new lives of being on our own again. Bye-bye!
Again?
Anna, this is about your upcoming wedding and what you plan to do with it. I want you to decide how you'd like this wedding day, any way you'd like. You can do something more traditional, or go with more modern with it as well. You don't have to worry at all with what my husband was saying.
What? Are you sure that's okay? But he said he really wanted this wedding to be as traditional as possible. Just the other day when we were all having dinner together, he made it very apparent that that's what he wants.
No, he was just acting that way because he was drunk. He has no right to be spewing his own opinion like that about his son's wedding. I'm so sorry that my husband was being rude that night.
You don't have to worry about him. I was just assuming that he was trying to give us some recommendations there. Also, all of those pictures from your guys' wedding back in the day were so beautiful. Your husband was going on about how beautiful you looked all night in your wedding dress under the church's stained glass. That's probably why he would like us to have our wedding in an old church as well. He doesn't want me in any of the newer styles of dress because he thinks the older traditional style would suit me just like it suited you.
He really shouldn't have been going on about all of that embarrassing stuff in front of the both of you, though. I'm very sorry that he was going on and on about all that during dinner. My family tends to be full of people that are just really stupid about some things. People that don't know the right times to say things as idiotic as that.
But I always like to think that a man that brags about how good his wife looked and wants others to look just as good are great types of men. Also, Gabe talks about this a lot as well. He says that the both of you are so open and close to people that it's embarrassing for him, but that's why he loves you guys.
Oh my, Gabe has said something like that about us?
Seeing all of you being so close to one another like that makes you guys the best kind of family. Seeing you all laughing at the dinner table and sharing stories all night put a huge grin on my face.
Well, thank you so much for saying that, but you're a part of this family now as well, so consider yourself just as embarrassing as the rest of us. Honestly, don't you ever feel left out of our family like that again, okay?
Bella?
That all was a little bit off topic. Anyways, just make sure that you both have the kind of wedding that will make you guys happy, alright? No matter how you guys plan to have it, I'm sure it will be a very wonderful time. And no matter if it's traditional or modern, my husband and I will be there to celebrate it with all of our heart.
Thank you so much for saying that, Bella.
I'm so happy and lucky to have a cute daughter like you now. I look forward to all the wonderful memories we'll be making with one another in the future.
Congratulations on the marriage, Anna. You seriously got married to a rich man? Oh, amazing. Just what I expected from my little girl. You really caught yourself a reliable man indeed. Ooh.
What? Mom?
Oh no. Why are you reacting so boringly to me? You should be shouting with joy right now because of this long-awaited text from me, right?
Long-awaited text? That's not at all how I feel about it. You had left me for 10 whole years without ever saying anything to me, and out of nowhere, I've had to get a text from you? And how do you know about my marriage?
Wow. So it's really been a decade already? To me, time's gone by so fast that I didn't even notice. It honestly feels like just last year that I left you in that house all alone to run off.
Huh?
Now you tell me how you went about finding such a nice man as that. Ooh. I heard a friend of mine that you'd be getting married, but I never thought you'd land yourself a man with a lot of money. Ooh. Any woman would be so jealous of what you found, Anna.
Would you stop talking about my husband and I like that? You're being rude to both him and his family right now.
But I'm only being honest, aren't I? I looked into his family a bit more after hearing about him, and oh my, does he live in such a massive home. The kind of house that's just been around for centuries, and from what I've heard, his family deals in real estate as well. Also, a lot of the other family members, like his uncles and aunts, all run their own companies. And if I'm not mistaken, a gift being given to you by his parents might be a penthouse of some kind. Oh!
You're kidding me. You were able to find out about that present as well?
I'm so jealous of all the things you have there. Oh, I never once thought that you'd be able to have such a wonderful life after marriage as that. Your mom is deeply jealous of all that. Oh.
Why are you so jealous of me? Haven't you been living that fun and exciting life as a single woman that you left me behind for? And I heard through the rumors that you ended up getting married to that man you left me for as well.
Oh, so you found out about that. Well, that means we can speed up my story a bit. As of right now, your mom and him, we ended up getting a divorce, unfortunately.
What? Seriously?
I left you at that house to be with him because he said he didn't want me bringing along a kid. Yet, after so many different excuses of why he still couldn't marry me, I went and handed in our marriage papers for us without telling him. But then he just began cheating on me with other women and told me if I didn't like that, then we needed a divorce.
What the hell is wrong with that guy? Mom, you actually fell in love with a man like that?
Oh, his face and everything were just my type. So for many, many years, I just let him cheat on me all the time. But then last year, he got into a car accident and was living in a wheelchair. I'm not taking care of some cripple, so I went and got the divorce from him.
What the hell is wrong with you?
What are you talking about? You mean to say, why does everything bad happen to this poor little woman, right? My first husband died soon after becoming really sick. And then my next husband that I love so much gets into an accident and is paralyzed from the waist down. All I want is to be happy, but things like this just keeps happening to me.
Then go out and have a happy life by yourself. I found my own form of happiness already, so you should go out and find yours as well.
I can see that you found your happiness. A lot of people say your husband is a really nice man and he has all that money. You seem to have become even more happy than your own mother before she could find happiness of that type. However, because you have all of that now, there should be something you want to say to me, right?
What? Something I want to say to you?
Who should you be thanking for having such a happy life now, such as that? Oh, I like to think you should be thanking me for giving birth to you so long ago. But that's just what I think.
Huh?
Since you should be so thankful of me, I would like you to start sending me $3,000 a month. Ooh, It's because of me that you're able to be married to such a rich man, right? So, I think it's time for you to repay the favor with some gratification towards me.
Huh? Why do you think I have to start sending you $3,000 each month now? And what's this about my marriage being thanks to you? You have no frickin' right claiming you're to be thanked for my marriage after you got up and left me all alone 10 years ago. And you also went and took every penny Dad had saved up for us and ran. Thanks a lot for leaving me with nothing.
I did not leave you with nothing. You have yourself a man with all kinds of money right now. And since I was the one that gave birth to you, I should be given something in return. Had I chosen to never have you, then you wouldn't be here right now enjoying your life with that man. So you should be giving something back to me as a show of thanks of all that right now, right?
What?
Also, at the moment, your mom has just lost her boyfriend and is very lonely. And back when I was with your dad, I was just a housewife and I would only work part-time a few days out of the month when I was with my second husband. There's no way I can support myself on my own now without having any work experience. Don't you feel that you should be helping your mom out right now?
I don't care about what's happened to you. That's all what you get for leaving me behind 10 years ago.
You are really starting to take away from your cuteness by talking to me like that. If you keep speaking to me like that, I won't come to your wedding. Is that what you want?
Huh?
You don't have a dad anymore, and if your mom doesn't even show up for you that day, then what kind of image will that give everyone of you? People would think that there's something wrong with you, and your marriage would be ruined. That's why today I wanted to talk with you to make sure you'd be paying me for all I've done so that I'd be able to come to your wedding.
I never planned on inviting you to my wedding in the first place.
You're such an idiot. Even if you don't want me there, you'll be embarrassing your husband's family, right? Oh, I bet because his family is so rich, there's someone who would hate to see a parentless woman being married into their family. And everyone would think that something is wrong with you and that you'd be better off single because your mom never even came to your wedding.
About that.
Oh. Now that I think about it, give me $5,000 and I'll come to that wedding for you.
Are you kidding me? Now you're asking me to pay you money to come to my wedding?
I like to think $5,000 is a cheap asking price for not letting your husband's family to be embarrassed there. Now, I'll be looking forward to that money. If you want your own mom coming to that wedding to save your marriage, then pay me $5,000. And after that, you'd better be paying me $3,000 a month in order for me to take care of myself. Please and thank you. What are you trying to do with my daughter right now? What? What do you mean she needs to pay you $5,000 to come to her wedding as her mom? I wonder what position you're in that makes you think you have the power to be asking for something like that. I will be going to the wedding as her mother as well, so there's no need for someone like you to be there. What the hell is this? Who the hell do you think you are calling my daughter yours? Who the hell are you? I am Anna's husband's mother. Perhaps I should call myself her mother-in-law. What? Right now, I'm with Anna as we take a look at the wedding venue. And as we were walking around, she has been looking at her phone the whole time. I was wondering what was going on that was so important to her, and so I asked about that. And that's when she told me her mom from 10 years ago was back. Oh my, so this is the mom from that really rich family then. I would just like to say congratulations to the both of us for having my daughter marry your son. I always knew my daughter Anna was so cute like myself, but I never thought she'd be able to find herself such a wealthy man. I hope that from now on, both of us mothers can have a long and loving relationship with one another. No way! I'm going to have to say no to you. I honestly wonder why I had to hear all of that coming from one of you low-life people. Uh-huh? And what's this about your daughter being cute just like you? Oh!
Anna is much more like me because I actually am cute. There's not a single thing about her that resembles you. So, I'm not sure what you're talking about. What the hell is going on here, you? Calling me a love life like that? And why do you think she looks more like you than she does her actual mother? I'm the one that gave birth to that child. Yes, of course that's very true. But is there anything else about yourself besides the fact that you gave birth to her that makes you her mother? I don't believe so, considering you are such a disaster of a woman and would never have a chance of being part of my family. Huh? Do you understand that most kids will take after their mother if raised correctly by them? Well, right now Anna has taken nothing from you. So, I don't quite get what you mean by her looking just like you. Excuse me? If anything, Anna has recently resembled me so much. Normally, my husband is always complimenting my smile and how much it makes him happy. Well, recently, my son has been saying the same thing about Anna's smile, and that makes her very much resemble me in a way. Right? I suppose being together for so long like this really made us the same person. I like to think we're twins at times even. Her having entered our family has really made all of us happy. And thanks to her and I getting along so well, there are no complaints whatsoever here. What the hell is all this? All you are is her mother-in-law, so stop trying to act like you're her actual mother. You're pissing me off doing that. And you're upsetting me by trying to say you're her real mother after all you've done to hurt this cute little girl. Leaving her behind like that when she was still in high school. All so that you could run off with your man. And 10 years later, asking her to pay you back for that. I'm starting to think you never actually grew into an adult during your life. I did not leave that girl behind. I was just letting her grow up on her own for a little bit. And a high school senior, no matter how close they are to graduating, is still a child to most parents. So you really shouldn't be saying that you just forced that child to live on her own just like that. And what was this about you wanting $5,000 to come to her wedding, as well as $3,000 each month from her? Oh, I'm sorry, but none of us want you coming to her wedding. So there will be no $5,000 coming your way. Excuse me? My family, my husband, and I, my son, and all of his friends do not want someone who treats Anna like that coming to this wedding. We don't want you coming anywhere near us at all, actually. So please, don't feel the need to worry about her any. Anna has all of us right here now, giving her all the love and care that you never bothered to show her. With that, I'm saying goodbye to you. From now on, my family will be taking very good care of Anna.
Thank you so much for what you did yesterday, Bella. And I'm really sorry for what my mom was saying.
You don't need to be apologizing for what that freak said. And were you able to make it home safe last night? I know that we stayed out pretty late looking over the wedding venue and everything, so I just wanted to make sure your mom didn't come after you at all. And she didn't bother to text you anymore after that night?
Everything was fine last night, and even now I'm doing okay.
Well, that's wonderful. We all really want to make sure you're all right considering you're a part of this family now. So if there's anything going on, please let us know right away.
Thank you for letting me know that. I am so happy to be married to your son and to have you as my mother-in-law.
And I'm so happy to have myself a cute daughter. Now, the next time we go looking at some of the wedding venues, let's put our phones away and only focus on the wedding itself. You let me into your wedding right now. I am your mother. What the hell is going on here? Not letting your own mother into that wedding.
So you really came after all. Some of my friends were telling me about how you were on the move again, but I didn't actually think you'd try and barge your way in.
What do you mean I was on the move? How is it wrong for me to want to come to my daughter's wedding? Just stop trying with all of that and let me into the wedding right now! I'm your mother, and I was the one that gave birth to you. So, if you're going to be joining a wealthy family, then I'm coming with you.
We would love that you leave already. You're not my mother at all.
What the hell do you think you're saying? You think you can be the only one who gets to have money and that you can just get rid of your own mother?
The one who got rid of me first was you, 10 years ago.
Shut the hell up! I can't believe that my own daughter is trying to throw me away, though. Oh, you think I'm just going to allow that to happen? You are making your dad in heaven very sad right now.
I'm not so sure about that. From what I hear him telling me, he's saying to get rid of you as soon as possible. That's what he told me long ago, actually.
What?
After you had run off and left me at home all alone, I looked around the house a lot. You went and took all of Dad's money, and I was worried about how I'd be able to pay for anything to eat. So while I was running around searching through everything, I found something Dad left behind for me. A note written by him.
A note written by your dad? For you?
Yes. He had written it while he was in the hospital the first time, and when he was let out for a little bit, he hid it in the house. He told me that things were not looking good with you and asked me to cut ties to you as soon as I could. He then went on to say that he'd pray for me to live a life of freedom without you taking advantage of me.
Excuse me?
He also wrote a little bit more, asking that if I ever needed anything to call this number. It was the number of one of his friends written on the card. Dad had left that friend with some of his money before he passed away, it seemed. So I went ahead and used that money along with the scholarships that I had to get myself into college.
You actually ended up going to college?
I was able to study a lot more things, and that's where I met my husband. Then we both decided to get married, and he showed me his parents. And that's when I learned that my husband's dad was one of Dad's friends this whole time.
What? Your dad was friends with a man as wealthy as your husband's dad?
He told me the two of them had been friends forever. After high school, they had split up for a little while, but that whole time they made sure to write letters back and forth.
So he's an old friend of your dad?
So here's the thing, Mom. I'm going to do as Dad had prayed for, and I will leave you behind forever so that I may be free of you. So please, leave this wedding venue for everyone, and have yourself a good life without me.
Well, wait a second, Anna. I will not leave your life like you're asking, so please just let me stay with you.
Let's both enjoy our new lives of being on our own again. After I was done talking with my mom, she tried to force herself into the wedding even more, but Bella made sure to hire extra security for the wedding, who went on her signal and tackled my mom down. They tied her hands and feet up and dragged her into one of the back rooms where she would stay for the rest of the wedding. After the wedding was over with, some of my friends and family on her side went and took her away for us. And since that happened, I've not heard another thing from her. From friends I talked with later on, they said she was in debt from borrowing all kinds of money. So those family and friends that took her away made up a plan to get her life back on track. They went and had her start working for a company related to some of the family, and during the night she's working as a dish cleaner at a local bar. Every time she made a paycheck, all of that money was put into paying off her debts. And if she is to ever try and run away, the family has made sure to always keep an eye on her and be ready to grab her before she can even get away. As for myself and my husband, after that wedding had ended, we knew my mom wouldn't be a problem for me anymore, so we both took off on our honeymoon. The trip was being paid for by his parents as well, but I felt bad having them cover all the costs. So I made sure to get them all kinds of gifts and souvenirs while we were in Dubai. These days, we're back at our penthouse where I'm working part-time at a jewelry store, and the other part of my time is dedicated to being a housewife. Another promise I made to myself is to never stop working, no matter how much money my husband has, because I want to make sure that I never end up like my mom.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.